Martin's shave test. Namaste. Just a little note on stropping today. Today being Tuesday, the 2nd of July. I'm not saying I've made any breakthroughs, but I have neglected to use one thing, which is chrome dioxide, green chrome dioxide on a good canvas strop. This has just tweaked up a couple of my experimental honings on stainless steel. It's tweaked them up to a point where, yes, they'll do now both ends of a hair. The hanging hair test is, I still think, very critical when you're preparing a razor's edge. Also, part of the joy of straight razor shaving is in preparation. Anyway, let me just show you. This is normally good enough. This is a Kaneyama canvas strop, and normally I just go from that little bit of touch on the leather and I'm ready. But I thought, no, I haven't been getting the very best results. So what I've done is just put this back on its proper position. I've tried loom strops, I've tried everything. Nothing works quite as well as the old green chrome dioxide. So there she's in all her glory. I would say my own stupidity for neglecting it, but I never get it off this rail. These are clever, aren't they? Look at that. Very nice. Anyway, so there it is. Green chrome dioxide, Crocs as it's known, rubbed on gently, and that, once it's been used a few times, is a very gentle extra bit of polish to the blade. I think it's the equivalent of about 30,000 grit. So legend has it. Anyway, I'll put this one back. That's all ready to be used again. Let me show you the two beasts in question. This one I've revisited. This one I have just put on the chrome dioxide. And this horrible little stainless I've just put on the chrome dioxide. Both of which now are very good, both directions of the hair. So I'm going to shut up about this, it's getting boring. Right, let me lather up and we'll try them. I'm a firm believer in repeated experimentation. So, yeah, I've been experimenting for quite a few days now on trying to get decent results on stainless steel. And I think one of the steps I missed was, if it is being awkward, put it on the green chrome dioxide. It just lifts the edge that little bit. It's still not a perfect answer, but then we don't live in a perfect world, do we? So let me just tilt this camera stroke phone. Going to go back to using the maca root and aloe, the softening shaving cream from the Body Shop. It's very, very nice stuff. Smear a little bit of that on as a pre-shave, and then we'll lather up and give these two recalcitrant razors a damned good thrashing. There we go, that should be enough. Very modest in use. I like it, it's good stuff. Right. Let's lather up. Everyone else seems to be on holiday. Eric, Cajun Blade, he's on the Gulf of Mexico, dipping his toes into the ocean and cooking the most gorgeous Cajun, I think, you'd probably shout at me, gumbo, but it was just mouth-watering to watch Eric cook. And I know quite a few others are on holiday as well. Some of my roguish skaters are off as well. So it's just me on my own today. See how well this lather comes up. I would highly recommend this aloe and maca root. It really does come up nicely. As Eric and others have mentioned, the slickness is quite important. I tried one the other day, only as an experiment. It was my little travel soap, which is the tobacco, and it shaved stick, and it dried out far too quickly. Not nice. Anyway, for all those just starting the perilous path, but very rewarding path of straight razor shaving, first things first, dry your fingers. Do not attempt to hold a razor with wet fingers, especially if they've got soap on them. However, let's try this little horror. This, of course, is the Puma 68. It's a 5/8 and it's rostfrei. It is, of course, stainless steel, and it's got the beautiful gold panel on it. If I can just catch the light, as you can see. I rescued this one. It had a nick in the edge, so it's slightly undersized. It's supposedly a 5/8. Now it's a fraction smaller. Anyway, let's see how this one now performs. I'm still amazed at the differences in steels. This being a stainless, excuse me when I spit. No, not my favourite. They're adequate, they're not good. Yep, I mean it's doing the job, but I wouldn't pick it. However, as I've already stated, it was a little bit mullered by me having to put a quite dramatically new edge on it. Let's now try this beast. This, of course, is the fabulous Philharmonica 14 Novador, which I have just put a Thuringian edge on to improve it. And as I've just shown you, I stropped it on the green CRX. Let's see how that feels. Yeah, totally different. Yeah. Now that, although I can improve on it, but that's pretty good. Philly 14s, best carbon steel. For those, as I say, just beginning, you'll soon get the muscle memory. Once the muscle memory's cut in, you'll shave without any incidents at all. But as I say, the main tip with muscle memory is constant gentle practice. And when you approach your face, it's always very wise to approach it very gently. I mean, I used to quite regularly stab myself by not approaching the face properly. So what you do, let's put a little tiny bit of lather on, like that, is put the spine of the blade about there and just slowly tilt down. And as you tilt down, you just start to feel the edge. Now that way, you won't go stabbing yourself with the blade. You need to be, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch, whatever that is in metric, away from the skin on average. But you'll soon pick it up. This isn't my favourite Novador, and it's not my favourite Philly 14. This was a little bit of a rescue job. But the steel quality is still there, as you can hear. Very little pressure needed. We all rabbit on about low angle, but I think the angle depends on how you have personally got used to your shaving technique. And I vary the angle quite a lot, as you can see. But that's lovely. I'm going to go back and use the stainless just for a couple of swipes, just to prove a point to myself. I'll put a little bit more of this rather nice kind. It stays very wet, and that's very good, very useful. You don't want a stiff lather. Before you know it, it starts to cake and dry out, and you can stall the blade trying to cut into whiskers and drying soap. Not good. Let's try this little fellow again. I'm being a little bit harsh on the stainless. I mean, this possibly in someone else's more skilled hands would be better. So say it's okay, it's cutting, but it's just adequate rather than great. It makes a different sound than carbon steel. Yeah, totally different sound. I would say that the fault with this particular little razor is it's a 5/8 or maybe even a sub 5/8, and for me it's just a little bit too stiff. I think the blade is harder than a carbon blade. But it's adequate. But we're not going to do adequate, are we? The whole point of taking up straight razor shaving is its flexibility and its ability to perform, once you know how, so incredibly well. Whereas with other forms of shaving, you don't have that flexibility. Yeah, it's right, it's okay. You hear it's chomping away on the bristles. But it's never going to be my favourite. A larger stainless steel blade, yeah, I have had better results. Anyway, let me just wipe this fellow off, push him down for a second, and go back to proper steel, which doesn't have the inclusion of chromium and other satanic minerals and metals. So, I hope you're all having a wonderful early July. Yesterday in Angleterre, in England, it was bloody horrible. Our weather ducks and dives like a berserk politician. Talking of ducking and diving, a couple of days from now we've got the British elections, where we get to choose between two turds. And unfortunately, in our rigged system, the smaller parties don't stand a chance. So it's either Labour under Keir Starmer or Tory boy, and neither is a particularly appetising prospect. I think it'll be a low turnout. I only mention this because it's so different from American elections, where again, it seems to be only a two-party system. Is that democracy? Not really. Yeah. Neither feel particularly wonderful today. I think I need another holiday. I think I need to go and see Alda, my beloved. Yeah, and much as I hate travel, and believe me, I do hate travel, and going from Gatwick in London on a 3.5-hour flight, packed like sardines, full of grumblies and screaming kids, not really me. Yeah, that's still good. Yeah, the Philly 14 is such a lovely creature to hold. It's just got the right dimensions, it's the right weight. It's very, very comfortable in the hand, which is why, of course, it's a perennial favourite. Let's go do a fool's pass. Lovely. So it gives you the confidence. Yeah. One-handed fool's pass, no problem. But I've got damp fingers. Not a good idea when you're doing a fool's pass. Let's wipe a bit down that way. Yeah. Can't beat carbon steel. There's others who argue and defend the wonders of carbon steel against stainless. I'm certainly in that camp. Yeah, quick trim up, we're done. So there you have it, chaps. Just a quick word. Stropping is essential. It does actually have it sort of almost sharpens the edge. It doesn't really, it just straightens out the little tiny microscopic teeth that form the final apex. And if you don't strop before and after, your edge won't last very long. Anyway, this one is come up a treat. So chaps, I'm going to wash off. I'll do my post-shave trick. A little bit of this lovely maca root and aloe vera. Wash that off in a sec. I must say it does feel an improved shave today, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, that's nice and smooth. I'll put the alum on just as a, don't really need it, but just as a tester. Your little block of alum. Yeah. I won't lie, I can feel that tiny bit of stinging, but only oddly enough there. Just there. Nowhere else. Certainly not on the moustache or anywhere. So that's a conclusive, happy shave. Do I use any calming ointment? No. That's you don't. Once you've had enough. I'm approaching, by the way, my 500th wet shave on a straight razor, and I've never been tempted really to use anything else since I started. Let's just put a little bit of this. This is from the girlfriend. She gave me this when we were in Marrakesh. And this is a very nice, it's the Now Eau de Parfum, and it's Rave. So this will test if you've got a good shave. This is pure alcohol. Ooh, yeah, that felt it. Still, at least I smell nice. Anyway, chaps, thank you for subscribing. I hope some of this is useful. Please, if you're just starting on straight razor shaving, it's the first 25 shaves which is the tester. If you can get through 25 shaves, you'll start on the path to being a great shaver. Anyway, that's all. Martin's Test Shaves, over and out. Bye for now.